Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great week. I'm Katharina Kang, Mission Programs Manager at Komen, North Texas. We're very excited to be back with you with our first Facebook Live of 2018, and we have some very exciting news. We have a new sponsor of this series, NTT Data Inc. NTT Data Inc. has been a longtime supporter of Komen, North Texas, and they're helping make this educational series possible. Today we're talking about breast cancer gene mutations, specifically BRCA1 and BRCA2. BRCA1 and BRCA2, which stands for breast cancer genes 1 and 2, are the best known genes linked to breast cancer risk. Everyone has the BRCA genes, but some people have an inherited mutation in one or both, and that mutation is what increases the risk of breast cancer. In addition to mutations in BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes, mutations in other genes can also increase the risk of breast cancer, including CHEK2, PALB2, PTEN, and TP53, and other genes currently under study. The risk from these inherited gene mutations can vary greatly. Some slightly increase breast cancer risk, while others, such as BRCA1 or 2 mutations, can greatly increase risk. But it's important to know that inherited gene mutations that increase the risk of breast cancer are rare in the general population. In fact, most breast cancer are not caused by genetic factors at all. In the U.S., 5 to 10% of breast cancers are related to an inherited gene mutation. Still, it's worth understanding these mutations and their prevalence so you can be informed about your breast health. For example, some groups, like people of Ashkenazi Jewish descent, are more likely to have a BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene mutation. This is one of the many reasons it's so important to know your family history. Knowing this and talking to your doctor can help you better understand your personal breast cancer risk. Women in the general population have about a 7% chance of getting breast cancer by age 70, or a lifetime risk of 12%. That's the 1 in 8 statistic you probably hear often. However, about 45 to 65% of women with a BRCA1 or 2 gene mutation will get breast cancer. However, it's important to note these risks are not a 100% guarantee that you will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Many women with a BRCA1 or 2 gene mutation will never have breast cancer, but you need to be aware of your risks so that you and your doctor can come up with an appropriate screening plan. And if you are diagnosed with breast cancer, that is caught early when there is a much higher chance of survivorship with many more treatment options available. Another important consideration for women with a BRCA1 gene mutation specifically is that this mutation is linked to an increased risk of triple-negative breast cancer, or TNBC. If you want to learn more about TNBC and why we call it triple negative, be sure to check out our video from last year. We'll include the link to that video on YouTube in the comments section of this video. A BRCA1 or 2 mutation can also increase the risk of a second primary breast cancer, which is a whole new cancer that typically occurs in the opposite breast rather than in the same breast as the first breast cancer. And just like how men can get breast cancer, men can also have BRCA1 or 2 gene mutations and may pass them on to their children. So please remember to understand your breast cancer risks on both your mother's and father's side of the family. Men who have a BRCA2 gene mutation also have an increased risk of breast cancer compared to other men. Interestingly, while only 5 to 10% of breast cancers in women are due to gene mutations, up to 40% of breast cancers in men may be related to BRCA2 mutations. Check out our video on male breast cancer as well. The link is in the comments below. There's even more to know about BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene mutations, but for now we're going to wrap up this video. Be sure to check Komen.org for info on how BRCA1 or 2 genes are linked to other cancers, exercise, screening, family history, and more. And if you have specific questions, feel free to write them in the comments below this video and we'll answer them. Before we go, we want to remind you that our North Texas Race for the Cure registration is open. The race, locally presented by Albertson's Tom Thumb, has moved from June to May 19th at the Star in Frisco. Register at KomenNorthTexas.org. That's it for today. Again, we want to thank NTT Data Inc. again for being our social media sponsor and helping to make this series possible. And thanks to you for joining us for our monthly educational series. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next month.